I got rid of every object in Mario Kart DS, including item boxes. Let's see how it goes. Here we are on a figure 8 circuit where there's nothing. Alongside having 0 item boxes, there are also no trees. However, this shouldn't really affect the race at all, considering that those trees don't actually have any collision, and you also couldn't hit them even if you wanted to. Now, Yoshi Falls doesn't have any trees, and you also won't see the big egg. However, the moving water currents is also affected by an object, and getting rid of it means the game crashes. I didn't know this. You'll see that the shadows are still there despite there being no trees, and more importantly, you'll notice that there is no water, along with none of the objects, so we can just drive over here as the off-road collision is driven by the water. Or the bottom screen graphics is controlled by the water, so we also cannot see that at all. Overall, there's a lot of changes here, and it makes this track a lot easier because there's less off-road. Luigi Mansion has a lot of objects that, like, for decoration, like all the paintings and things. And they're gone. And also, no boos. They're just gone. They're also an object, as well as the more obvious thing of the walking trees are just not here. Which makes this track a whole darn easier. It's so weird just seeing no trees. I mean, there are trees, but not like the trees I'm used to. Another funny thing about this game is that if you jump in the water, there won't be the splash effect. And that's because that's an object. Who would have thought? This track's going to be so much easier without the angry sun. Or the pokies. I hate the pokies on this track. They're just awful. Yeah, it's really just uninteresting when you have no objects. It's like, wow, no fire snakes to avoid and absolutely ruin my lines. That sucks. They're gone. The town's abandoned. Oh, hilariously, even though the people are gone, the little sound is still there because that's driven by collisions. So if you get rid of the collision for that, it'll just play that sound effect for the entire race. Which has been very annoying on several ROM hacks I've made, but here it still works because it's not controlled by the objects. You'll see there is no water. I don't really know why it's driven by an object, but yeah. And most importantly, there's no bridge. Now, I did cheat here. The bridge is actually still there. That's because I know that if you get rid of the bridge, the game will crash. So I just shoved it 20,000 units into the sky. Thankfully, the cannon still works because the cannons are not an object, it's a cannon. However, there's no pinball, so it should make the lines a lot easier. And we also don't have any of the objects down here, so it's just a giant, big open area and nothing. In the last entry of Ruining Mario Kart DS, we duplicated the cars on Shroom Ridge to all hell and back. Here, they're just gone. It's just a nice, peaceful drive. I'm still bad at it though, because this track's not easy. But yeah, I can't believe they actually closed the road to have this race. That's insane. This would be so nice because I always hit this first snowman on this corner. But now I can't. I can still hit the wall. No trees in that area either. I can't believe they've done deforestation. I can take this line. I never get to take that line because the snowmen are so well placed. I'm doubtful of this one working. So we get an easy time up here. There's no clock hands. That's nice easy. We just go down the middle because it's faster. No pendulum here. Oh god. However, yeah, the problem is that we're soft locked. Empty pipes. Where'd the plants gone? They're gone on vacation. Though this section here, I'm really bad at, and to be honest, I'm still bad at it. Wow, no bullet bill count. That's real nice. Not that they're that annoying, but like, I get done in by them. What I definitely do get done in by is the moles, and they're just gone. They're gone. Everything's gone. That's the point of this video. In the unused files of Mario Kart DS, there is a old version of Wario Stadium, where the main real difference is the fact there's just no objects, and I'm gonna say it's gonna feel like this. Yeah. Just an empty and unprepared Wario Stadium. The rest of it should feel normal, apart from no item boxes, which has been a blessing because I hate dealing with items. What's on this track again? Like trees, chomps, and moles. And there won't be any chain chomps in this maze, which means we can take the good lines and not worry about stress. I'm still messing up. And look, no trees. No ramp either, but that's because that's something added in Mario Kart Wii. I'm doubtful this track working as well. Oh, I did not expect this part to be the problem. I was expecting the Bowser blocks at the end to be the problem, but not. Nope, there's no, we're missing the spinny room. This track, I think, should have no differences apart from not having item boxes. The only object on this track is the stars. There's spinning stars, they spin, someone replaced it with an Oreo once, and they're just not here anymore. Nor is my skill. And you may be wondering, oh, surely tracks like F8C also don't have any differences. But the thing is, the poles on the Figure 8 Circuit are an object. So if we pop back to Figure 8 Circuit, we'll see that there are no poles. And yeah, Rainbow Road doesn't have these poles because its poles are outside the track. So it's just a collision file dealing with our game. Welcome to the battle mode intermission, where we look at the battle modes. Only 2 battle modes actually have significant objects. You get rid of the object that controls your balloon count, or the one that where the shine spawn, or the item boxes, because otherwise you would be soft locked. However, I was able to get rid of the water that is here. That's made this really interesting rainbow pattern that you get to see how the water animation works. And more interestingly, this tree doesn't have collision. Obviously, the other Mario Kart battle track that doesn't have any objects is... what's this track called? And yeah, we don't have the things that you can bounce off to get the... how did I not get that? Anyway, onto the retro tracks where it's slightly more interesting. So we now have no pipes. Where are they gone? I mean, I deleted them. That's where they've gone. Now your PRB lines are even easier. Like Figure 8 Circuit, this track also doesn't have collisions for the poles. As well as we don't have the moles. The moles are gone. Does this make the track easier or harder? I don't know. We now don't have any trees, so I can do my try-hard RPC times. Even more try-hard. I am in the standard dry bones though, so this isn't really the most ideal card for this track. Why did that drift go that way? It shouldn't have gone that way. 103, I'll take it. GT and Luigi Circuit has so many like decorations, like all like a lot of the houses except that Luigi one is like they're just objects rather than billboarded models. So they're just all gone alongside the chain chomp. It's just more no pipes. Like I don't know what to tell you. There's just there's nothing else here apart from no more pipes, and the water won't create a splash effect. But I'm doubtful that there's anyone here that's fallen in the water during a normal race. Ooh, but like the no trees always gets me off guard. Like there's just nothing here. But you know what? There is nothing of. No snowmen. This makes life so much easier. Ah! Alongside the water splashes not appearing, the lava splash also won't appear. We may have seen it on Bowser cars, but here they're definitely more applicable. But we just won't see it because it's lava splash. Also, you know, the boring thwomps, and as well as the slightly more interesting fireballs. I think this is the only track with nothing changed. Fish are gone, so it makes my lines a lot easier. Wow, piece of cake. Now, I know so many people here just hate the bowls on Choco Mountain. But, thankfully, I just got rid of them. That sign is useless. But yeah, wasn't that so much easier? Ah, the walls. Guys, the blimp is gone! But what's actually good is that the trees are gone and the puddles are gone. I am so bad at dealing with this track. I mean, look at these lines. I would advise not to look. What I do find funny is that on a lot of these tracks, the puddles and trees and other objects sometimes embedded into the course image, they're just not there. That's it. There's trees on the bottom screen, but not in game. This is also a track that uses a huge amount of objects for its decoration. Like, all those mushroom houses, they're gone. Like, this is when they must have just, like, opened up the land for building use. And, you know, so there's no cars, because obviously no one lives around here, so... right before people started moving in to Mushroom Bridge. Mushroom Bridge is the name of the site, or just the name of the road? Or just the name of the bridge? There's an odd saying that anything I do to Mario Kart DS will always make Choco Island 2 better, and getting rid of the piranha plants definitely makes this better. I mean, those jumps still suck, but at least I'm not careening into a random plant after I failed the jump. Still could careen into the off-road though, so this is so much easier. What the hell? Not that many cause affecting objects on this map. Obviously the water's gone, but the biggest thing is we've lost the fish. The big fish that the entire Mario Kart DS community loves is just gone because it's an object. And while the big fish doesn't affect our lives, what does affect our lives is the swoopers, who are gone. The only real thing on Sky Garden is the beanstalks. We've also lost the blimp, but I think it's just the beanstalks that affect our race. Unfortunately, I am a god and I can do this shortcut without items. We create some way crazy PRB lines because I do know that there is some tight squeezing, especially on these first few turns. We have the last track here. Even you can see the dark void where the water used to be. For some reason, that's just a vertex color of just like the grass texture, I'm pretty sure. I don't know why. It's kind of random. But, you know, there's no plants or anything, no item boxes. And that brings us to the end of this Mario Kart DS without objects. This should be available to download. If I did forget, please put your demands in the comments below. Consider becoming a channel member where you get access to videos early and additional videos. It's Mario Kart with no objects. This isn't that fun. And enjoy.